Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. We've been talking a lot about building, right? Like how to build this style or that style or whatever. But the process of actually sitting down and making these creations in survival, it's hard. This game is mad slow with so much grinding, and most projects never get off the ground. And that's okay. Most of us are just gonna go mine terracotta for 30 million hours. But you know what? We can make this easier. There's a lot of neat little techniques for improving your Minecraft playstyle so you can skip the boring grind work and the tedious resource gathering to get to the fun stuff quicker. Let's talk about how to speed up, optimize, and refine your Minecraft experience. It's what the big boy creators are doing, and if you want to play like them, it's what you should be doing too. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. 7 quick tips for making survival Minecraft easy. Low-key, you don't really need a whole starter house. Look, I know that's a bit of a hot take, but hear me out. People have this idea that you gotta build a house right away, and I get that. Back in the old days, you really needed some kind of shelter to protect you from the night. But then people also went and got the idea that your starter base had to be this big, elaborate creation with all these fancy designs and whatnot. And I mean, that's cool, but you're not making this in a couple days. Check out these starter bases from Hermitcraft. They're all really sick builds, don't get me wrong, but just look at the blocks they're using here, right? Terracotta, concrete, all this copper. They're not making this in just a couple days starting from scratch. Building in the early game is hard. You don't have any materials. So why bother with a starter house that's gonna take you forever? If your goal is to make huge mega base creations, you really don't need to make a whole house just to put a few chests and furnaces in. Next time you start a Minecraft world, consider making your starter area purely based on utility. And once you got all the farms and blocks that you need to build effectively, then you go back and start building. It's a bit of a different way to play Minecraft, but give it a shot sometime. Some farms are way more useful than others. Let's look at the 3 most essential kinds. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of farms in this game. It feels like every few days there's some crazy efficient farm design that someone puts out, getting you like 17 million chorus fruit an hour or something silly like that. And that's really cool, but if you're trying to optimize survival Minecraft, you really don't need the vast majority of these. Like really, what are you gonna do with like an ice farm or a vine farm, you know? In my opinion, there's 3 kinds of resources that are the most essential, that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. These are like foundational to any kind of advanced Minecraft playstyle, and basically every YouTuber or streamer is going to be making them in every Minecraft world. And they are bone meal, iron, and EXP. EXP is pretty obvious, you need it for enchanting and repairing, but a lot of people skip out on making a good early game EXP farm. Trust me, it's not that hard to learn how to make a simple mob spawner farm. The drops will probably be useful, and you'll be able to get good tools much quicker. It goes without saying, but having good tools makes the early game grind go so much faster. A lot of the slowness of early game Minecraft is cause, well, you're swinging around like an unenchanted iron pick, like of course it's gonna take a long time. If you're thinking that an iron farm is too much work, think again. Iron farms have become surprisingly easy in recent years. Here I've built a simple iron farm by K1 Inc, and as you can see, it's really not much. Not only that, but it's a really great trading item with villagers. More on that later. With just a few toolsmiths, you can turn your iron into infinite iron and infinite emeralds. And last but definitely not least, bone meal. Do I really need to explain why this is like the most useful item in the game? Whether you're getting it from like a skeleton farm or a moss farm or anywhere else, trust me, you're gonna need this to play Minecraft effectively and efficiently. Infinite bone meal means infinite moss, azalea, leaves, wood, hanging roots, dyes, lichen, food, and tons of other items. If you're gonna optimize your Minecraft playstyle, it's worth farming all 3 of these, but even if you just have one, it's gonna make things a lot easier. But speaking of overpowered farms, do villager trading right now. No, seriously. Villager trading is the most overpowered thing in this game for gathering resources, speeding up the game, and making the building process less tedious. You probably already know this, but like, everyone that does big projects in survival also trades with villagers like crazy, or plays on a server where other people do. Think about it this way. Villager trading is kind of like a 2-step machine. You input some farmable resource that villagers buy, like iron, paper, stone, or sticks, and they output emeralds. You then input those emeralds emeralds, and you get basically anything you want. Diamond gear? Check. Enchanted books to get good tools? Check. Decor items like lanterns, bookshelves, and glass? Check. Hard to farm items like bricks and quartz? You bet. Even without exploiting the villager's curing mechanic, they're still insanely overpowered. Trust me, I wouldn't go more than a few weeks in a survival world of any kind without these guys. Say what you will about playing the game the way you're supposed to or not abusing overpowered mechanics, but if you actually want to get stuff done in your world, get some villagers. A villager breeder is remarkably easy to set up, and while yes, they're a pain to transport, if you're careful about it, you can get it done decently quick. All it takes really is a bit of planning and foresight to figure out what trades you'll need beforehand, and you're good to go. And hey, if you want to incorporate villagers into your world, it's really cool to make some sort of bustling market or shopping center. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see a tutorial on setting up a villager trading hall. I think I've got a pretty good technique. Make sure you're up to date with your mining strategies. I've talked a bit about this in other videos, so I'm not going to get into too much detail, but like, early game mining is arguably the most time-consuming thing you gotta do. Let's figure out how to optimize it. For starters, basically no one should be branch mining anymore, unless you really need deep slate or something. Is just too time-consuming and monotonous to be worthwhile. If you're going for ores, caving is a lot more effective. Of course, caves are massive and you'll probably run out of torches a lot, so I'd suggest bringing along a flint and steel. For just 1 iron and 1 flint, you've got what's basically an entire stack of torches. Ever since 1.18, diamonds generate the most in deep lava level caves and in submerged caves too. Consider making a couple expeditions into some underwater caves, especially if you've got night vision or water breathing. Here's a simple one for you. Don't waste anything. I've never been much of a resource tosser in this game, so honestly it always kind of surprises me that people really just throw out items. Like, yeah, I get it, that double chested cobble probably won't be that useful, but come on, it doesn't hurt to hold on to. Making more storage is pretty cheap, and even if you're just dumping stuff into big chest monsters, as long as you know it's there, it's way better than burning your stuff. You never know when that extra bit of sand or deep slate or dirt or whatever is gonna come in handy. If you want to talk about organization, well, I don't think I need to tell you about the benefits of a good storage system. In my Limitless 5 series, I've been playing Minecraft with over 500 mods installed, and the sheer number of creative storage solutions in that pack are absolutely astounding. Vanilla storage leaves a bit to be desired, but trust me, it's better to have a big clunky system than no system at all. Try using toolkit mods to make building more efficient. I've talked about this a little bit in my short 6 Minecraft mods every builder should know, but I'm gonna mention it again, cause damn, these mods are a lifesaver. So you've got a cool build idea in your head, right? And the next step is to go get a bunch of materials and go build it. But whoa, hold on a minute. If you're just gonna dive straight into building with no prep or anything like that, you're in for a rough time. Instead of doing that, try planning out your builds in a creative test world. They may not show it on camera, but I guarantee you that basically every popular builder on the internet does this. But let's say you've made the build on creative and it looks cool, but it's not like you can just copy and paste the world. Or can you? Well, no, you can't. That would be cheating. But what you can do is have an overlay of what blocks go where and a materials list so you know exactly how much of what items to gather. And that's all possible thanks to a handy little mod called Lightmatica. I've gone into a bit of detail about this mod before, but basically what it does is it allows you to highlight an area of any Minecraft world, analyze it for materials and block contents, then save it as a schematic. You can then open up any other world, load the schematic, and boom, you have a transparent overlay of your build. Of course, this doesn't actually place any of the blocks, you still gotta go farm the materials and put them down yourself, but it's a huge time save to already know where each block is gonna go. Rather than making complicated creative decisions on the fly, you just turn your brain off and start building. Set realistic expectations for yourself. It's really easy to see your favorite Minecraft creators online and the amazing things they create and set that as an expectation for your own performance. Especially if you're younger, it's really tempting to fall into the mentality that you have to be just as good as the people on YouTube and Twitch. But honestly, it's not a good mindset. Take Hermitcraft, for example. Let's not forget that these people are playing Minecraft all day, every day, for hours on end. It's literally their full-time job. and I'm sure that they're putting in way more than 40 hours a week. On top of that, they're all playing on the same server. It's way easier to get a bunch of builds going if you're all sharing items and resources. What I'm trying to say here is it's important to understand what you can do as a Minecraft player and not put your expectations sky high. Most people don't have the time, energy, and focus to play like someone on Hermitcraft. I'ma be honest, I don't either. Minecraft is not my full-time job, and frankly, I kinda don't want it to be. I enjoy having a lot of different hobbies, a social life, and my relationships. I wouldn't trade all of that for the ability to pump out a mega base every other week. And so, I'll create what I have the capacity to create. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. You've just done a lot to help out a smaller channel get noticed by the big wacky YouTube algorithm. And I appreciate that a lot. If you've got any suggestions for future videos, drop them down in the comments. I love getting suggestions, and if I use your idea, I will give you credit in the video. Until next time, guys, this has been Leon, and I'll see you all in the next 7 Quick Tips video.